Welcome everyone to this video. So, a lot of people are talking about Borderlands 3, and these are my impressions on it so far, but a lot, like places like Kotaku and others are saying, oh, Borderlands is it feels like Borderlands to me, and it just feels like more Borderlands, and it's Borderlands 3. That's the whole point of a third game, is that it feels more like the first two and the pre-sequel. I don't know, it's also technically a third game, whatever. Anyway, the whole point of Borderlands 3 and what I expected out of it was I wanted better gunplay, which I got. It's smoother, it feels nice. I wanted more guns. They delivered on that with the numbers and stuff. I don't know how many, there's like trillions or something now, I don't know. And I also wanted my character to just have more abilities, more ultimates to work with, and boom, they did that. And they actually went a step further. I thought it was only going to be 3 ultimates, but every character tree from what I can see, you can augment the ultimate, so it works a little bit differently, which is nice. And you can actually switch to different ultimates within the same tree, so there's actually a lot of progress that you can do and experimentation that that can be found and all that stuff. So I think that's a really positive change. The game has upgraded in every single way. It is not just a glorified DLC, as some people would put it. It is an actual expansion, and I mean, not a lot of games do that anymore. Like Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, for example. Destiny 2 originally felt like a downgrade from Destiny 1 because you started out with 3 supers, but at the end of Destiny 1 you had 3 supers, so but then now they finally upgraded and they added more, but in my opinion they started off weak. Now they're getting back to their strength, and hopefully they can keep that going. Since we're on the topic of Destiny, a lot of people like to compare this to Destiny, and I don't really understand why, outside of the fact that they're both shooters, I guess. Yes, you do loot in both of them, but the way the loot works is completely different in Borderlands as opposed to in Destiny. In Borderlands, your whole goal is to find the next best thing all the time, unless you get to the end, like the end game, and you do not want to do a new game plus. You're just like, nah, no new game plus, I like my weapons as they are, bye. So that's it. That's finally the point where you get to keep your weapons. In Destiny 2, the whole point is to get legendary weapons that you enjoy and make a build out of those different legendary weapons, and you collect them and you keep them and you upgrade them over time and you create different builds around these kinds of things. So the whole point of the loot is completely different. It doesn't make any sense. And while the gunplay may feel better in one or the other to you, they both feel fine to me. Now, they provide different experiences. Destiny definitely has more smooth moment-to-moment gunplay, I would say, overall, but I feel like Borderlands has more versatility in terms of what you can do on your own with one character. So that's just what I think, because you can upgrade your character to actually have more stats and better things and different abilities in 3 different trees for each character, as opposed to Destiny, where you technically have trees, but they're not nearly as complex as the trees are and the stats and all that stuff within Borderlands. At least not yet. We'll see what Shadowkeep has to bring, but as of right now, not yet. So I mean, that's it. Like there's some issues I noticed with the game. Like the frame rate on the consoles is kind of right now. It does get better when you choose the frame rate option, but I'm hoping that they improve the frame rate on both settings, because right now, even on that option, it does tend to dip a little bit. I've heard there's issues on PC. I haven't been able to verify that myself yet. I don't know if I'm going to buy it on PC as well. I think having 1 copy of it is enough because most of my friends play on PS4, but that's beside the point. One thing that does kind of bother me a little bit is Claptrap's voice actor, and here's why. I'm going to explain. Here's why. It doesn't completely destroy my experience, but it does pull me out of the immersion just a little bit, only because I've played all the other games.
Hey, you must be the new recruit. I am a CL4PTP steward bot, but you can just call me General Claptrap of the Crimson Raiders!
Welcome to Firestone. I am CL4PTP. You may call me by my locally designated name, Claptrap.
And I liked that voice actor for Claptrap. He worked very well. It did a very good job. And what they did this time is they just got somebody else and say, hey, can you sound as much as possible like the last guy as you can, and also try to be exactly like him. Do his same style of humor. Like even if those lines were written for him by someone else, I get it. Probably wasn't all him, but the way he delivered it, that was all him. That was his personality in that character. When you put somebody else in that and say be that person, it just doesn't quite work. And you can get close. You can get pretty good even, but you can never be quite exactly the same, and I can hear it, and I can sense it, and it bothers me. And they had an opportunity here to say, hey, you have a new voice actor, maybe Claptrap gets into an accident, his firmware update, I don't know, something changes, and his voice changes, and so does his personality a little bit. You can do that kind of stuff with a robot character, and you can get away with it, and I think that they missed out on a really great chance here to actually elevate Claptrap and make him better with a different voice actor, or just change his direction completely, as opposed to trying to mimic what someone else has already done. But you know what? Okay. Overall, Borderlands, I'm having fun with it, because I enjoyed the first ones, and this is more of that, just improved on. So if you like Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, chances are you're going to like Borderlands 3. If you didn't enjoy those games, or you feel burnt out on them, and that formula, then you probably won't like Borderlands 3. And that's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all later.